This video shows how to install the MERC Smart PV Optimizer and connect cables. Before installation, unpack and make sure the items are complete. Prepare required cables or materials in advance. Check that the cables of optimizers correctly match that of PV modules. The power difference between PV strings connected to the same inverter must be less than or equal to 2 kilowatts. Otherwise, the inverter may be derated. Partial configurations are not allowed. Ensure reliable communication between inverters and optimizers. DC power cables and AC power cables must be routed in different troughs with a spacing of more than 10 centimeters to minimize electromagnetic interference. The distance between the positive and negative cables of optimizers must be minimized. These are examples of incorrect cabling. Prepare extension cables of optimizers for Staubli MC4 connectors. Prepare the terminals for DC male connectors and DC female connectors in sequence, according to the instructions. Ensure sufficient space for heat dissipation. Let's start from an optimizer and connect in positive to PV positive. Connect in negative to PV negative. Connect out positive to the first optimizer to PV positive of the inverter using the extension cable. Connect out negative to out positive between each pair of adjacent optimizers and connect out negative of the last optimizer to PV negative of the inverter. After determining optimizer installation positions, remove the SN labels from optimizers. Attach the SN labels to the corresponding squares in the physical layout template. You are advised to name an optimizer using its PV string number and optimizer location. Choose an installation method based on site requirements. The following shows how to install an optimizer to the PV module frame with a bolt assembly. Insert the bolt assembly into the mounting hole on the PV module frame. Mount the optimizer and secure it. The following shows how to install an optimizer to the aluminum profile with a T-shaped bolt. Insert the T-shaped bolt into the mounting hole on the aluminum profile. Mount the optimizer and secure it. The following shows how to install an optimizer to the PV module frame with a frame mounting bracket. Install the frame mounting bracket to the PV module frame. Mount the optimizer and secure it. Connect PV negative of the first PV module to PV positive of the second PV module. Ensure that the connectors are securely connected. Connect the cable between a PV module and an optimizer. Ensure that the connectors are securely connected. Connect the cable between a PV module and an optimizer. Ensure that the connectors are securely connected. After connecting the input power cables of an optimizer, set the multimeter to the minimum voltage range that meets the measurement requirements to check the output voltage of the optimizer. Connect the positive probe of the multimeter to the positive output terminal of the optimizer and the negative probe to the negative output terminal. If the measured voltage value ranges from 0.95 volt to 1.05 volts, the optimizer is normal. If the probes are reversely connected, The measured voltage value is about -1 volt. Connect out positive of the first optimizer to PV positive of the inverter using the extension cable. Connect out negative of the first optimizer to out positive of the second optimizer. Connect out negative of the second optimizer to out positive of the next optimizer. The distance between the positive and negative cables of optimizers must be minimized. Install other optimizers and cables in the same way. Measure the PV string voltage using the multimeter. The measured voltage value shall be the same as the quantity of optimizers in the PV string. If the probes are reversely connected, the PV string voltage is a negative value. Troubleshoot abnormal string voltage. Connect optimizers to the inverter. One MPPT circuit of the inverter, 50 kilowatts or lower, can connect to only one PV string. Arrange optimizer cables. The distance between the positive and negative cables of optimizers must be minimized.